Welcome to Empowerment of Faith Kingdom Center for Ambassadors, pastored by Dr. Larry Smith. Our vision is to preach the gospel of the kingdom of heaven and bring all nations to the knowledge of truth. We hope this word empowers you today and helps you discover Elohim's purpose for your life. Now, let's get into the teaching.
All right, shalom, shalom, everyone. We are back to bring the kingdom message. And guess what? We are getting closer and closer to the feast. Yes. We are ready to celebrate. So if you're in the tri-state area, we want to invite you to come out. And even if you're not in the tri-state area, we still want you to come out and celebrate with us. So for those who are watching, we ask that you would like, share, subscribe, and click on the bell in the upper right-hand corner so you could be notified each time we come on. We are ready to receive Dr. Larry Ben Yakab.
All right, and we appreciate you so much. We say shalom to everybody. Shalom to everybody. And someone asked me what that word meant, and I should have went into the extended meaning. You know, it's not just peace, but you go into the details of the meaning of each letter word, and it means any authority that establishes chaos is destroyed. And that type of disorder, chaos that's operating in our lives is destroyed when we say shalom. So we greet each other with shalom. So really, all of us should have pretty peaceful lives. Because I need, and if I call you, like I'll call someone, like I'll use DJ. I'll call, if he ever not say shalom, I'll say, I think I got the wrong number. So I was looking for Pastor DJ. I'll call you back though. Shalom, Pastor. I said, okay, don't be telling me no hello. You can see my number. Some hello what? Okay, and we're dealing with these 10 commandments that govern the nation, the citizens of the kingdom of heaven that are part of the holy nation. And we were on the commandment, the fourth one, and that's honoring the what? The Shabbat, right? And we went into that word meaning and showed you some things and showed you some key principles and some precepts that govern the Shabbat. It's not the day that everybody are fussing over, and it's all about a what? A covenant, right? All right, and so let's go to note 35. Note 34, I think that's where we were. We're just gonna, we did note 34, the covenant blessing of the Shabbat. We did that. And let's get 35, and then we're gonna go into the fifth commandment. And of course, as we prefaced the teaching last week, commandments are given for us to obey. And commandments, obedience to commandments really show whether or not we love the Lord. It's not our saying, lip service. Yochanan 14, let's go there. Yochanan 14, they renamed Yochanan John, and we're going to rename him back what his name is, and that's Yochanan, right? Let's look at 14 and 21, I believe, around that area. Yochanan 14 and 21. Now, he says here, he who has my commandments and does what? And does what? He didn't say who has my grace. Did he not? Well, commandments, that's under the Old Testament. That's under the law. He who has, who is talking here? Yeshua, right? He who has my commandments and keeps them, it is he who does what? Love me. Well, he was here, and, you know, he was talking, the law was still in effect. Okay, let's go to first Yochanan 3, and I believe 16. Let's look at this. First Aleph Yochanan. Okay. 3 and 16. I want to just move down a little farther to 22. And whatever we ask, we receive from him because we do what? We keep his what? His what? We keep his grace. Word didn't say that, did it? We keep his commandments and what else? Do those things that are pleasing in his sight. And this is his grace, his commandment, that we should believe on the authority of his son, Yeshua, the Messiah, and love one another as he gave us grace. Okay. So this is written to citizens of the kingdom of heaven. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the notes. In terms of what we're dealing with what? Commandments. Commandments. Now, these 10 laws, these 10 commandments that he gave to Moshe were given to govern the holy nation that the Father intended to govern on the earth. The holy nation he want on earth. Y'all get this? Now, these 10 are based on the primary two. And what are the primary two commandments? Love Yahweh with everything you get, period. Everything. And then love people, right? He said all of these is based on that. So if I don't love him and love people, I'm going to have some problems doing these. Right? Okay, and these are what? Commandments. And it's our obedience to what? Commandments that command the privileges and promises to overtake us. We don't have to work for it. We just need to learn the commandments, learn law, obey them, and that will release the promises of them. So the principle of the covenant, let's look at this because we were talking about the Shabbat covenant. The best of each partner's possession was accessible to the other. As dealing with the Shabbat covenant is what we're finishing up. The blessings was agreed upon when the covenant was established. Each partner advances because of the covenant. We reviewing this. I remember we taught this last time. Loving, kindness, and faithful. Each partner must possess three qualities: love and kindness and faithfulness. Those reverse should be the other way. Unfaithfulness disqualify individuals from continuing in the covenant that would advance them. Yeah, we taught that this past weekend, a couple days ago. And that is going to sum that up as relating to the fourth, keeping the Shabbat. And I have special teachings on Revelation of the Kingdom Shabbat. You go on YouTube and get it, or the website and get it. Now let's go into the fifth national law, the fifth national law or command that the Father have given to us to govern our lives, right? Now, what is this past Sunday was the 4th of Nisan, so Monday was the 5th, Tuesday was the 6th, and today is the what? 7. That's a good number in it. Good day to celebrate the Shabbat, 7th of Nisan. If you're on the Hebrew calendar, if your work schedule allow it, there you go. Today, all right? So the fifth letter in the Hebrew alphabet is Hai, and it means to what? Look to heaven for revelation. And this is the fifth command, and you get the meaning of the number 5 from what? The fifth what? Hebrew letter word. Now, you can't just go in numbers and get them all by numbers because the single digit stop at 9, right? Then you go into 10 and 11 and 12. So you don't go like that to get the word meaning. When you get into the double digits, you got 2 letters. And each one of those letters will tell you what that particular number means. So the number 5 come from Hai, which means to reveal, not just reveal, but reveal heaven on earth, right? Now, in Devarim 5:16, he says to what? Honor your what? Father and your mother, as Yahweh Elohim has what? Has what? Has what? Gave you a choice. See, listen, commandments are not choices. See, because as relating to the Father, as far as he concerned, when we got born again, we said we gave up our will. And we would choose his will when he revealed his will to us. Yeshua prayed, your will be done. And that's all he did was your will be done and not my own, because Yeshua gave up his will to do what? The Father's will. So let's start practicing this daily. It's not my will. It's his will. Forget the choice. I don't want to violate my eternal salvation by me making choices on things that has been revealed to me as relating to the Father commandments. If he commanded me to do it, then I do it. How many celebrate the Shabbat? Oh, I do it sometime. Well, you a sometime obedient person then. And you sometime in messing with your eternal covenant. Because you're telling the Father, sometime you have my will and sometime you don't. Y'all getting it now? It's very important that we catch this. He says, honor your father, your mother, and your mother, as Jehovah Elohim has commanded you, that your days may be what? Long, and that it may be what? Well with you in the land which Jehovah Elohim is giving you. Now look at Ephraim 6:2, because it's the only one with promise. The other ones, we have privileges that go with it. We have benefits that goes with it. And he made a promise within this particular commandment like he did no other. He says what? Children, obey your parents in Jehovah, for this is what? Right. Honor your father and mother. He was teaching from the Tanakh. So the Old Testament passed. Why are you reading this book then, person? All right. Honor your father and mother, which is the what? First commandment with promise. It's not the first commandment, it's the fifth one, but it's the first one with what? Promise. So there is a what? Promise in obeying this particular fifth command. And he said the promise is your days will be long and well. You won't be living long and a whole table full of pills and medication and this. I mean, take more medication than we eat food. I was in on one of our sites and went into a mother's home this morning. Man, it bothered me. I just pills, bottles of tablets and pills everywhere. Now, what kind of life is that? I didn't like that at all. But it's. All right, he said, it may be well with you in the land which Elohim is giving you. And then Ephraim 6:2, Sheol teaching what? The same thing. They took the Tanakh and taught the message of the kingdom. That tells us we cannot effectively teach the message of the kingdom without teaching from the Tanakh, because the messianic writings were brought and extracted from the Tanakh. They revealed, gave understanding of what the Father was saying in the previous words that he wrote and gave to us in books. Y'all get it? All right, now let's get into some things. Here we go. All right, the missing foundation. Those who what? Honor their father and mother. You can read with me. Will receive a blessing. They will live long and well in the promised land. Not understanding or obeying this commandment is a major reason that our generation is missing much of Elohim's blessing. If I never learn to honor my parents, I lose a powerful foundation for the rest of my life. Look at what we got today. It's not getting better in the world. Now, in the citizenry of the kingdom, those who have exchanged church membership for kingdom citizenship and moved from religion to ruling, and now getting an understanding by way of the Holy Spirit's illumination of the Father's will and submit to his will, our families are getting better. I mean, I can testify right now. I'm looking at just families getting better. Some of y'all was pretty raggedy when you came here. Now your families are better. And I told you when you came, this ministry is centered around family. That's where the Father's heart is. So if you want your family to function properly, you're in the right place. We're going to teach you the laws and the commandments that Father given us that'll cause our families to function properly like he wants them to. You seeing this? But without that foundation, then you're going to have what we have, and that's dysfunctional families and replacement families. All of these organizations and clubs and this and that and the Fork Club and the Spoon Club and the church, the same thing, have replaced the family. And that is not the Father's will. Oh, I want to go to this church because I got friends there. I want to do this, because I got some friends. I just want to be around somebody. Well, build your family then. I just got to go somewhere on Sunday. I just need to be around somebody. Where's your family? Well, that is my family. No, that's not the way it works. That is not the way it works. We are the household of Elohim. We all who are born again are the family of Elohim. But to try to make your rehearsal or your function or your position in a ministry replace your family is out of order. Y'all getting it? And don't take it and run wild with it. We getting it. We're going to show you something. 'Cause some people will make a choice to be with their family and walk away from the word of life. walk away from what they need to develop and have a wholesome, sound family. I just want to go where my sister go. Well, your sister going over there and they prophet line. And religion is prevalent and present. Y'all seeing this? And I mentioned gangs are replacement family. They want to be a part of a family. Now you get mad when your dad will whoop your bad tail, and then go let a gang beat you and stomp you down and like it. See, we got some issues. We got some serious issues. Now let's look at this word honor. It's the Hebrew word kabod. You say kabod or kabod. Spell what? Kaf, bayet, dalet. And the lexicon meaning is to be what? Weighted. When something is weighted, it in turn, what it denotes is wealth and something valuable. This got some weight to it. Oh, let me see that. Oh, that's light. That's not the real thing. That's too light. There's no weight in it. But you get the real. Oh yeah, then that. This is it. This is it. You feel the weight. The weight denotes what? The value, right? So honor has to do with what? Value. What you value. Now, and when we honor, we what? Another meaning for kaf is to open. We open what? Can you read? When we honor, we open what controls and access our heart. You see that, Dalet? Access, but yet what control the hearts are what? The source of thought. As a person think, that's the way they are. So my source of thought control me. And when whatever I honor, I open, I give access to my heart. And whatever control my heart, I prioritize that. I value that. I don't interrupt that. I don't try to talk when that is talking. You know, children, even grown ones do it. I tell mine in a minute. You don't talk. I don't care when you get 8 or 4 plus 9. When I'm talking, you close your mouth. I'm your daddy. As long as I'm living on this earth, when I talk, don't you say nothing. All of them. I don't care how old they get. What I'm trying to help them out. Because you about to just get your rear tore to pieces by the Lord himself. Because he said, listen, this fifth one, he is revealing what he wants in that family, and that is honoring your parents. And if my words or your parents' words don't carry weight, then you will reject and not receive those words and interrupt, because those words don't mean nothing to you. If they mean something, you got your mouth closed. I say I never did that, so I don't get it. It don't fit with me at all, so I don't put up with it. I never ever talked when my mom was talking. Sure enough, didn't barely breathe. My dad was talking. Let him say everything I don't care what I wanted to say. I kept my cotton picking mouth closed. And our mama, she'll give you a backhand slap right in the mouth. Take them little knuckles. Fuck. Don't you talk when I'm talking. Boy, she give you that look and you, ooh. I never, ever, 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 ever. Just like I have faith coming by hearing and hearing and hearing and hearing. I never, ever, 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 ever do that again. And things were better. People were better. People were more respectful then. You can't respect others if you don't respect your own parents. Okay? So honor opens the heart first with our parents. You see it? Then continues into what? Other open-hearted relationship with friends, spouse, children. So many adults are having problems connecting with other adults because they had a problem connecting with their parents. It's a principle. Now, I'm talking about everything being in order. I ain't talking about that drunk daddy you had or that cussing mama. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the parents that walked in honor. Are y'all listening? Parents that had some sense and were respectable themselves. And even if they wasn't, you still don't talk when they talking. You don't disrespect them because they disrespecting you. You just exit the scene. A lot of times I want to say something. I just went on, left the house, got in my car and left. I take them words somewhere else. Far enough. So if I let them out of my mouth when nobody hear them. Are you seeing this? And both of my parents were honorable people, respectful people, hardworking people. And I know some people, parents, just keep mess up and just full of stuff. They've been damaged, they emotional damage, they off course and everything else. But that doesn't mean that you treat them the way that they are. You do like the word say, and you treat everybody right and the way you want to be treated. But just because that's your mother or your father, that don't mean you submit to abuse. And you know both of them cussing, drinking, and smoking. You leaving your children over there because you just got to go out. You got to go out and eat some slop. The American diet, 7% food poisoning. You got to go poison yourself and feel you doing something, and them demons getting on your children. So honor opens the heart, right? Y'all getting this? Honor your father and your mother. Listen, see them right. See your father and mother the way the father see them. Hi, you understand now? Get in the word and Father, how do you want me to see my father? How am I to see my mother? You know, I want to do it like you want it done. Now, y'all grown. And some of you parents are living and they grown. Now, some of them are right and some of them, you know. Here's the key. You never submit to sin. You never submit to any, listen, I tell the men here, listen, that's your house. That's your wife and your children. No authority overrides you. Y'all getting it? I got my daughter, they sitting right here married, right? I forgot when they first, moved into their first house. I used to ask them, how you get over here now? I wasn't running over there every day. That's that man. They got to get their stuff set up themselves. I wouldn't interfere. You need to talk to her about that then. You need to talk to him about that. If you need a counsel session, I'll talk to you. But I'm seeing things the way the Lord does. And then I'll support. We're available. Oh, I see now. I see what's going on. You still under your mama's dress tail. She running her house and yours. That's what's going on. Oh, okay now. Let's look at another word. Let's look at some words for mother and father. But when we honor, we see parents properly. Y'all getting it? Again, that doesn't mean that you submit to sin or rebellion or any type of control. But that does mean, I know this be happening because I have to put mine in check. Your parent talking, please don't y'all do that ever again. Because you're messing up with the Lord every time you do it. And if they cussing, just hang the phone up. They call back, I don't want to hang up, but I just can't listen. We both adults, and I appreciate you, but I'm not submitting myself to that. I'm not going to subject my mind, my thoughts to things, that type of abuse. I'm not doing it. I love you, but that's just it on that. Okay? All right, let's look at the word for mother. We'll do mother first this time. The Hebrew word for mother is what? And it's spelled Aleph Mem. The one who was authorized to reveal the Father's spirit beings in the earth. That's one meaning you get out of that. Aleph Mem. We know Aleph is the spiritual authority and power of the Father's word by which he governs. He created everything by what he what? Said, right? Because it's spelled Aleph Lamed Pei. Aleph, yeah, Aleph Lamed Pei. And those three letter words, that's what you will come up with. Also means seed or source, correct? Now, this mem is closed just like the womb of a woman. When that womb received a seed and procreation began, that baby is hidden within that womb, right? And if you look at the womb of a woman, it basically draws out one of these mems. Not the ancient mem. Ancient mem look like waves. But this revised modern mem, it looks like a mem, closed mem. And that's denote a spiritual secret that's only for those who have been initiated in the government of the kingdom. And in this instance, as relates to a mother, is denoting the legal spiritual being living in a body on earth with the authorization to bring forth life that was hidden in her womb. See, Legal spirit beings can only come into the earth through a earth suit, which they put on in their mother's body, and their mother have to release them, reveal them in the earth. You see it now? Now, that's a mother in terms of procreation, but there are other meanings to this word mother, because it also means the strong spirited one, a source of spirit, the spirit of life, a source of spiritual strength. Women have been known to be strong spiritually and rooted and grounded spiritually. You know, they used to. A lot of them are today also. That's where you all are. I said they used to because they just shaking butt now, most of them. They not rooted. They went the other way and went to the flesh. Are you catching this? Okay. A faithful spirited woman. Now, let me touch this because I'm teaching the command. Just because a woman have a baby and go through the process of procreation and reveal their spirit being in a body in the earth doesn't qualify her as being a mother. There was a woman by law that had a baby. The law of procreation works whether you're married, unmarried, whether you're good, evil, bad, ugly, hateful, whatever. If you receive that seed and get pregnant, you're having a baby, right? Having a human being, right? That doesn't mean she is a mother. One of the things identifying marks of a person who had babies and doesn't carry the mothering spirit is a woman that's proclaiming, I don't need a man to raise my children. You just told the father he didn't know what he was doing. You just cursed the father, and a lot of so-called saved women say that. You just cursed the father in his face and told him you didn't know what you was doing. You designed. You shouldn't even made a man. You should have just made us, because we can handle it by ourselves. What you designed and what you constructed to be a family is not a family. What I say is a family. I don't need no man. I raise them by myself, and just make them, their idol. Spend all kind of money, buy all of this, send them to Disney World and all this and all of this money, and you call yourself being a mother. That is not a mothering spirit. It's not. You can't do it alone. The Father never set it up like that. Okay? All right. Now, let's look at something. Let's look at if the word fear, and hear how important it is to have a matzah izanigad, not just a woman with a womb having babies. They doing that just to get checks. And, run across somebody with some money, and blackmail them. Have the baby. I'll tell it if you don't pay me so much money. They doing stuff, gold digging, all kind of stuff. It's crazy out there in this world, right? And a lot of that is amongst people who say that they are saved. So if you look at the word for fear or terror, it's the Hebrew word, what? All right. If you put a yud in the middle of the word for mother, it spells fear, Ima. See that? Aleph yud, mem, hai. You see that? Now you spell the word for mother as Aleph mem, right? And you see that Aleph yud there. And when you see that there, that's denoting what? Something is missing, or this situation is here because something is not in position, right? And what's not in position is the mother. So since the mother spirit is not in position, this woman is not in her proper position, then it creates fear. The children, if she have children, those children are actually operating in fear. It creates fear in the family. Fear or terror is present in our lives when there is no mothering, no one faithful in our lives, no strong spirited mother to fasten you down and say, son, daughter, hold on. Trust in the Lord. Don't give up. Keep doing what's right. Whatever you do, do it as unto the Lord. Not one who gets yourself out of jail all the time. Some of these young men, use their mother. They put up the house and everything, trying to get his hard-head rear end out of jail, and then she end up losing everything, trying to help it. That's not mothering them. That's idolatry there. That's idolizing. Y'all catching this? All right, so it's a difference. It's a big difference. Now let's look at the word for father. So we're seeing that we need to honor and see parents the way the who? Father does. Because a functioning mother, what is the opposite of fear? Confidence, courage, right? The Father have not given us a spirit of, he didn't give you a woman who would not mother you. She just had a baby. And some women with children don't need them. I be telling Renee, I said, she, some people don't need no children. They just had them. Because a father's not going to give those little children a mother who would cause them to be in fear and not be in confidence. Are you seeing this? So he's not given us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of what? Power. Come on. Love and what? A sound mind. Boy, you can talk to mom about anything. If I miss anything about my mother, that's what I miss. She knows her son. Period. And she knows when her son is right and when her son is wrong. Because I would tell her, she always raised me, if you're wrong, just say it, son. Don't lie. Just say you was wrong and then get it right. Anything I want to talk to mama, I would hit that bridge, go talk to mama. Because other people, you got to answer questions and explain this and explain that. And I don't know how to explain all that stuff. If you don't know me, and if you don't know I don't think like that and would never do nothing like that, I don't want to talk to you no way. I go talk to mama. Talk to me somebody. Now, everybody didn't have no mother like that. I did. So I left her with confidence. Hey, Larry, you can do anything you want to do. You work hard. Whatever you say you want to do, you can do it. Just trust in the Lord. And it'll work out, son. All right, mama, gosh, they just this and that and other. She said, yeah, I understand, son. See, don't you carry evil for evil, though. Just because they treat you bad, don't you see what I'm saying? She said, yeah, you need to go get them back then. Never did it. Because she said, if you start treating people evil who treat you evil, somebody else going to treat you evil. He said, you don't have to be around those people that don't like you. You don't need a lot of friends. All you need is the Lord. I was riding a cotton sack over there right across the bridge where that dog track is. A mom was picking cotton over there. I was riding the cotton sack. She telling me, you see that big building over there? It was what bank was that? You said a sign turn around downtown? Union Planners. She said, you're going to go to that big city and you're going to be something. You're going to be able to do whatever those people over there doing. You're a smart young man. I'm laying on my back, on the cotton sack, trying to get a nap. That was my daycare and homeschooling in cotton field, dodging them stinging worms. So are you seeing this? So some adults right now still have that hidden, suppressed fear in them because the mother you had didn't mother or nurture you or build confidence in you. Got mad at you when you did this. Oh, Lord, please don't leave the west side of the trees of the apples and oranges MB Baptist Church and go to somewhere else. Please don't do that. Yeah, they just turn on you. Oh, you in a cult. You need to come on away from over there. All this, that's control. Mom, I appreciate you, but I'm doing what's best for me. This is what the Lord told me to do. I thought you would be happy about it. You see my lifestyle changing. You see I'm getting better. I'm a better man now. Now, what's the problem? This woman I'm with, I love this woman. I love this woman I get. If you don't love me when somebody's making me happy, something's wrong with that. I love you, Mom, but I'll see you next year sometime. I'll see you, though. You sitting up there and let your mother talk about your wife like that. Well, you need to go home and sleep with her then. I mean, that's how we were raised. If she mean that much to you, you ain't, okay, all right. Okay, all right, let's go to this next one. Let's go to Father, y'all. So somebody say fear shouldn't be there. And make sure fear not in your children because you are lacking in a mothering spirit, not idolatry, not letting them do what they want to do. That is not a mothering spirit. Not that, please. Running all across the city, going to this game, that game, this play, the trumpet lesson, the racquetball, and you think you mothering. No, you're wasting your time and money is what you're doing. And it's not putting nothing in that child. That's the way of the world. The world system does that. And if you do that too much, a lot of children get in sports, they be excellent in sports. They get sick of it because they started too young. And they would just push, push, push. Are y'all listening? Let's look at the original word for father. See your mother right. Honor, value your mother wisdom if she got it. I gotta say that because the scripture said the hoary head is not always wise. Great men are not always wise. Just because the people are singing, that don't mean they get any sense. We walked up on one place the other day, and we getting ready to go in check some things. We don't want no church. We ain't from no church. We can see our shirts on. And then the guy said, we from so-and-so, so-and-so, where he over all this stuff. We from so-and-so, so-and-so. We come to check some. Well, what y'all checking and what's this? I see a big mouth Betty. That's what you call a big bucket mouth Betty right there. Just talking. And she didn't even stay there. And we got by her, and then the mothers were sitting there, hey, how you doing, mother? Oh, we doing fine. What y'all? They wouldn't go. Oh, y'all go ahead and take care of something. And I'm thinking, now that bulldog out there don't even need to be on the property. And probably got some children somewhere she dogging out. Israel, Israel testified to it. Please, please, please. Look at the original word for father. The Hebrew word, go to the next note. The Hebrew word for father is what? Av or Ab. It is not Abba. Like over in, I think it's Galatians somewhere, it said Abba, father. That Abba is Av. And it's not in the Greek, it's in the Hebrew. Av. It's spelled what? Aleph, but yet. Y'all see that? Now, as relates to the father in the family, we know the father who created everything. As relates to the father in the family, is the what? The source seed of the family. The spiritual power of the father's word that creates and controls the source of our thinking. The father in the family is the source seed of the family. Honor your source. Honor the seed. Adam was a seed planted. Y'all getting this? And he went back, check this out, into the seed and made another body from the seed. And he made Matzah Izanigad body. Matzah Izanigad was a spirit. You catching this? And he made her a what? Body. And that body in the English call it a what? Female, or a man with a womb. A woman in the Hebrew is Isha. You spell Ish, man, Aleph Yud Shin. You spell Isha, Aleph what? Shin, high, right? Aleph Shin spells what? Fire, right? And high is to reveal. So the woman's body is a revelation of the fire of Elohim putting his hands on Adam's body and creating another body and putting her spirit in there. A woman is the revelation of the fire of the Father. Fire consumes everything and is pure. When we was coming up, women, you respected a woman. Daddy taught me that. Sonny, you respect women now. You always speak to them, open the doors for them, help them if they need some help. And don't you never put your hands on a woman. I'll cut you myself. He said it. Don't let nobody bother your sister, Sonny. Now I'm the youngest. And they big. I'm trying to fight them off me. Are you listening? All right. So that father being a seed, that's where you come from. All human beings come from their father's seed. Every male man who have testicles still attached to his body is carrying nations in him. Is carrying the law of eternal procreation. This is a blessing. We carry the law of eternal procreation in us right now. The Father trusted us with that. That's something to think about. And he didn't put that law in us for you to be spreading this law in a lawless way. If you look at the word, trace the word testicle, you'll also find the word testimony. And every time a man releases seed, there is evidence or witness, a testimony there. And if it's illegal, there's a testimony against that man who will release his seed in an illegal vagina, one he wasn't in covenant with. Now, in the world, that's very popular. Release your seed as many as you possibly can. And as it relates to women, receive as much seed as you possibly can. The condom don't mean nothing. It's still in you releasing seed. And that testimony is written in the book of works. And at the final judgment, when the book of life is open, prior to that, the book of works are going to be open. And every man is going to be judged according to his works or deeds he did or she did in the earth. Everybody got to give account for everything we all have done. And we all got to go through it. When they get through with that, okay, all right, let's step to the next step. Book of life. I know I'm there. Thank you, Father. Hallelujah. But if you step up and your name not in the book of life, all those book of works, that judgment is in force. You seeing that? Now, so let's look at the word for hate on the internet. So you got the word father. Now you take that yud again, and you know that yud spelled yud dalet. That's not only the power of the Father, but that's his what? His entry or access, his culture, his glory. Dalet. Y'all remember? Dalet lamed, authority, access. Y'all remember? And then Tav to the covenant. That's in the spelling of Dalet. Dalet lamed Tav. And yud or yod spell what? Yud or yod. Somebody say, I just say yud Dalet. So when you take that yud, and that's his culture, his way of doing things, the way he expects us to behave is culture, right? You take that yud and put it in the middle of the word father, and it spells what? Ibaya, meaning what? Hatred or enemy. Where the father with vision is missing, there's hatred. If you're a father, Aleph Bayed, right? If you don't have a father, and of course, Miss Leah said, where there is no father with vision, translated properly, the family's out of order, right? You have a father missing in the family, in the life of a person, hatred is present. How many men and women hate the father that they never saw right now? Huh? I mean, in prisons. So I worked prison men for 10 years. They would tell me, I hate my dad. I said, what was his name? I don't even know. That's why you hate somebody you don't know. I just hate him, man. He wasn't there. There it is. He wasn't there. By him not being there, hate was present. And they got so hateful and doing stuff because their father was missing and rebellion, they end up in prison. These young cats in the game, oh man, my dad. Talk about the dad like a dog. What did he do? Well, he didn't do nothing. You seeing it? And many adults right now have hate in their heart because that desire for that father was never met. So instead of they couldn't overcome it. Let me put it, instead of seeking the father for directions and building up, they hated their natural father. And then some people on the opposite end, their daddy wasn't no good, mama wasn't no good, and they idolize them. They can't do no wrong to you. Hatred. Somebody say hatred. So now you see when the father said, honor your father and mother, you see what he didn't want there, and that is fear and hatred. And you got families with so much bitterness, so much hatred, brothers murdering brothers, dating their brother girlfriends and wives, and women dating two brothers and all kind of stuff. And it's a mess. It's a bona fide mess. You see why it's here. Because of the lack of obedience to that fifth commandment. I'm not talking about just in the world. This is among saints, believing folk. No, believing people hate each other. I mean, just can't stand your own daughter who's trying to advance and you hating her. All you gotta do is trace it back. That person didn't have no father with vision present. I didn't say nothing about a man being in the house, because culture taught a man is in the house when somebody paying the bills and buying groceries. Oh, that's a good man. He'll pay your bills and set you down, child. Make sure you got some money. But now the script flip. These days, these women buying these men. Just buy them, get them anything. Buy them cars. I mean, get the nails done. I mean, just always buying them something, sending them to the nail shop and the hair shop and getting their eyebrows arched. Oh, Cap, what are you doing? Trying to make him look like you. He don't supposed to look like you. He's supposed to look masculine, not feminine. Y'all catching this? Now, I'm not teaching on family, but I've taught this a whole lot and shown what Satan does. Satan know about this. All I got to do is blind their minds so they won't never hear the commandments, come into an understanding of what the Father's will is. I can do that, or I can just make sure that this revelation never get to them. If he want to destroy a family, all he got to do is deal with that father, that mother, and keep them at odds. It's going to bleed out into the children. And they'll be the same way. Same way. I mean, abusive to the children, that parent, that adult, abusive to their children. Dad is raising their daughters to be little girls all the time. She get grown, get married, she's still a little girl. Can I use a toothpaste to brush my tooth tonight? Can you do what? You 38 and you ask me, can you? But I don't do that. My husband do that. What do you do? I know you don't think other than you don't use your mind. So, but what do you do then? Go back home or find some father, get adopted and let somebody finish raising you. Same thing with the men. He's still a little boy. Kids and everything, still acting like a little spoiled brat. Got to have his way. Got to do it this way. He puff up. He go bowling and come on at 2 o'clock in the morning. If the fathers taught their daughter right, when he come home, he'll have a house there. He won't have no home. No, you don't need to come up in here. Or I decided to let you have it since that was so important. Now you just get all of it. Oh, don't do that. In other words, she's supposed to be dumb Dora and stupid Sally. Now let's keep moving. We got a little time left. Now let's look at the original word for love, because whatever you love, you will honor. Don't nobody have to tell you to honor, value what you love. Ain't it right, Demetrius? You be just running regular trying to please Lisa, don't you? Just trying your best. Trying your best. I love me some Lisa. Dad, I'm gonna do Lisa like you be doing Mom. I said, bro, you got some years to go for it. Where you do that? You got some more years to live. Like Mama used to say, you got some years to live. You got some experience, some things to learn. You learn as you go. Now, love in Hebrew is a Hebrew word what? Aha. Y'all seeing this? And it's formed by putting what? A hey in the middle of the word for father. You got father, you put a hey. What does hey or hi mean? Reveal heaven on the earth. The Father revealed himself from heaven to us in the earth. That's how we learn how to love. You can't love if you don't know the one who created you to love. Y'all hear that? He created us to love us. And if I don't get that, I'm giving improper love to everybody else. Because I'm with them so I can feel love. That's out of order. If the Father, if we haven't received who he is to us, and understand he created us for him to love us. If that hadn't been revealed, then everything else is out of order, and you can't love anyone else properly, nor can you properly receive love from someone else. This is why people keep looking on the other side of the fence. Oh, I like the way she shake back there. I like that. You better look at what you got shaking. Oh, I like the way he trim his beard. I want my husband to do that. What are you talking about? That's a person. See, you see where I'm at now? Don't understand, because you were created to be loved. You don't need nobody to love you. You were created for the Father to love you. And if that's in place, there is no low self-esteem. The Father didn't create trash. He don't love trash. The creator of the universe didn't create trash to embrace and put himself in. He created the best to put himself in. And if I understand that I am the best, regardless of how you feel about me, I was created to be loved. I'm not seeking love. Hallelujah. The Father created me for him to love me. And guess what? I let him do it. That gives us a low self-esteem. Can't nobody dog you out and abuse, and you got your, there you go again with your feelings hurt. Because you didn't get your way, or they didn't see your shoes or something. What about the Father? He saw you, he the one gave you he gave you the feet to put those shoes on. He gave you the teeth to open them lips up and smile. And he is loving us constantly, but we're looking for flesh and blood. This help out weak relationships. And one thing about my wife, what I like about her, everything was natural. I said, Renee, you didn't have to do nothing. You just open up my heart without even asking or without knowing it. Just genuine and natural. I'm already loved by the Father. You can't fix past that. I'm good. And it's just a head-on collision. You understand? When two people get together and one of them don't understand that they were created for the Father to love them, you're going to have some problems. Because somebody's going to always be whining and crying and getting puffed up and getting mad because you hurt my feelings. I mean, where your feelings come from? I don't feel love. Okay, let's get saved then. Let's get you born again, for real. And you will feel love and understand that the Father created you for him to love you and for me to be with you. Why do you think you don't find no reference of the Father telling Adam and Masa Isa Neged to love each other? You don't see it, do you? You don't see it at all. They knew they had a revelation of the Father. The Father loved them. And they took that love that they experienced from the Father and gave it to each other. And the other word for love is haba, and that is a revelation of the revelation I received from the Father that he loved me. Now I can reveal this to you. See, the scriptures say, how can a man love his wife and family who don't love himself? How can a man reveal the Father's heart and the love the Father has given him if he never received the love from the Father himself? You married your wife because she was pretty and make you feel, now you feel you got something. Or she got some money. Or she'll do whatever you want done. Follow you down a hole. I know you missed it. Getting so convicted, you missed that one. What comes from knowing what love is? Loyalty and commitment to the relationship. If I'm not committed to the Father in my relationship to him, if I don't understand who he is, it'll be impossible for me to commit to any other relationship. And some people go do it anyhow. Just go on, Cletus, and worry yourself crazy. Be sick. You know, always sad, always praying, asking for prayer. Ooh, pray for my marriage. Ain't nothing wrong with that marriage. Pray for my family. There is nothing wrong. If it's functioning properly, there is nothing wrong with that family. It's you. What love are you giving? And then you ask him for something in return. And here the Father is, he love us and don't ask us for nothing but to obey what he say do. And by doing what he say do, we prove to him that we really understand who he is. That's why he can command people he loves. That's awesome, isn't it? Now, let's get this right here. I know it didn't come like you thought. I know. I understand. This keyword, mother, father, love, as relates to the Father, relation, and us. Now I'm able to do that. Now, let's look at this right here in closing. Kingdom laws govern children. Here are the laws, 5 laws that all children, grown ones too, can apply to help you honor your parents. It's the law of honor. Somebody say law of honor. Honoring is a law. Number 2, the law of obedience. Number 3, children are to be taught, trained, and disciplined by their parents. Y'all grown now, but you're not past training. I'm not past training. Both my parents gone. Dad had left when I was 17. You know, Mama left in 2010. You know, I'm good. I'm good. I prayed with my mother. My hand was the last hand she felt before she closed her eyes, breathed her last breath on the face of this earth. It was a son hand on her head praying in the spirit. And that training is still with me. I just told you about some of it. Point number 4, the law of what? Submission, and then the law of authority. Like when I said, if the parent is talking and you grown and you're going to overtalk them, or the parents is giving direction, but you smarter, well, what you ask me for then? Since you know everything. See, social media have messed some people up. And the scripture said knowledge puffs up, but love builds up. The way to learn is to submit and listen to somebody who's been here and have done that. I've always been like that. I'm not crossing the bridge. They crossed the bridge and it failed. Now, what am I going to go drive across it for? It's predictable that I'm going to do what? I'm falling too. I've never been that stupid. I just never was. If I see somebody else doing something, that don't work. I'm not doing that. Y'all go right ahead. I'm not we the same age, bro. I'm not listening to you. If somebody got some sense. Okay, we're going to close right there, and we're going to pick up on the 6th commandment next round. And that's a good one too. All of them are good. So this is a commandment with what? Promise. Now he said live long. That doesn't mean living long and broke. He said live long in the land which the Father. Land is equivalent to wealth. If you want to live long and healthy, long and wealthy, then you do what? Honor your honorable parents. If they are not honorable, then you honor the fact that you came through that man's seed and that woman's womb. Honor that at least. But if you go try to honor other stuff, you're going to sow into sin and rebellion. Well, let me send my dad some money. All you're going to do is go buy some liquor and smoke some dope, or go to a club and throw money before a strip or something. And you know what he's doing. That's why you're sending the money. Why? I'm going to go and send mama this money. And you know Mr. Johnny come out there. You know this. And she paying Mr. Johnny car note and stuff. Well, that's my mama, child. I'm just going to give it to her. Well, okay. You got a double F. OOL. Thank you so much. The word will either make you shouting glad or fighting mad. When you fight with the word, you always lose. We say shalom to everybody. Bless you now.
Welcome to Empowerment of Faith, Kingdom Center for Ambassadors. We are so delighted to have you join us today. Empowerment of Faith has something special just for you. It's our honored guest questionnaire. Simply point your phone's camera to the QR code, tap the screen, and it will lead you to our honored guest questionnaire. Thank you so much for completing our honored guest questionnaire. Don't forget to get your product of the week. As always, Empowerment of Faith has something available special just for you to enrich your walk of faith. Get your product of the week. Join Empowerment of Faith as we celebrate the Feast of Unleavened Bread, Nisan 15th through the 21st, or April 1st through the 9th. See the flyer for our updated schedule of events. Remember, catered events require advance payment via Cash App. That's $EOFKC. If you can't be here in person, then as always, join us on Zoom by using Zoom ID 365-668-6796 and emailing us at hello@eofkc.org for the password. We hope to see you there. Be sure to follow Empowerment of Faith online on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and more. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, if you can't be here with us in person, then join us on Zoom. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today, and shalom, y'all.
I came into being an online partner of Empowerment of Faith through the invite of a friend. And since then, I've learned a lot in this ministry, and I've also unlearned a lot. And just seeing the authentic faith of people that are involved in this ministry and seeing the personal fruit in my own life is what made me keep tuning in online, eventually calling Senior Pastor Larry my own pastor a few years back. And that just produced consistency in me to be faithful to this ministry through the years. A question I get asked sometimes as an out-of-town partner with Empowerment of Faith is, does it feel weird because I'm not meeting in person? I actually feel very connected and like I'm a part of it, even though there is physical distance and I'm not there every week, because the community is so tight and that we really do care about each other and lift each other up and even check on each other. So you won't even really think about that. If you're there for the word, they have Zoom meetings for midweek assembly, end week assembly during the week. And you can tune in wherever you are, computer, phone, ask questions at appropriate times, even prayer request. There's social media on practically every platform, groups for further study and questions on scripture on Facebook, YouTube channel where those live stream also, and you can watch later at your own time for studying. And they have events during the different feasts throughout the year in town in Memphis, where they have fun days where you can hang out, enjoy community, and also participate in specific times related with the events that we're celebrating. And you'll definitely get fed and pastored regardless of distance.
If you want to connect with Empowerment of Faith or join one of our Zoom meetings, email us at hello@eofkc.org for more information on how to do so.